Why did I start that already? Hold on. No, with Microsoft, I don't want Windows 11. Hold on. I haven't finished setting up. Why have I done this? I've actually just done this to myself, haven't I? Why? Am I stupid? Ah, damn it. Oh, never mind. I thought the pipes decided to do something stupid again. No, it's fine, it's fine. No issues here. I just need to... I am not ready. That's running. That's running. That's running. Can now just quickly test the thing. Why is it hot in here all of a sudden? Okay, everything seems to have worked. That's great. Just check this main screen. Yeah, that looks great. You have to remember to change the audio, because otherwise I'm not going to get anything. Let's put up my XM player up. Maybe not XM play, actually. Where is my... So we are gonna do working on this again, because I really need to finish this. I did work on it over the past week, like 2 weeks. I've already made a couple changes that I think it needed, except there's a bunch more things I need to change. Just give me a minute. This is already a disaster. I did not prepare for this. And then I set the extra audio to... Not that, I have to open this configuration window. And then set it to... It's not finding it. It's not finding the window. Why? No, there it is. Now it's found it. So now, I should be able to hit this. Or not. Oh, no, wait, it's working, I'm just stupid. It is, in fact, working. Okay, now we're not sitting in silence. Let's start working. So the thing that I wanted to change was... Oh yeah, I need to first fix one of the... this one. I just want to rename this to like... Is it loud? Oh, god damn it. Hold on a minute. Should be better. No, that's not better. Nope, still not better. I should stop touching these sliders at some point in my life. Hi, what's this? Okay, so I've been making... So there's this game that I've been modding for like forever. I say forever, it's just been like... Oh my god, it's been like almost 9 years. No, it's been almost 8 years since I've started modding this game. That is a scary thought to think about, but this is a Tetris fan clone called NullpoMino that I've been modding for years. I am currently trying to finish a game mode that I've been making for it. It's taken a lot longer than it should have. I did not mean to open that. Get out of here. Just add this. And then... where is... What did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to change the hue. 30... 45. What's a... I think I'll just narrow the hue range then. I'll just make it... So 120 is green, 60 is yellow. Should probably just make it like 50, and then this is 20. That's better. And I think I'll set the saturation to 1. Yep. Oh wait, there's semicolon got carried with it. Yeah, looks good. And then what I need to do is... I forgot what else I wanted to change. I had like something in mind that I wanted to change, but I've already forgotten what I wanted to change. Yeah, fair enough. This is like something, the project that I've just been working on for like... I mean, this particular game mode I've been working on for like... a couple months now. It's probably my most ambitious one that I've made out of all of the ones I've done. I've even basically reworked an entire framework that I've made so I can just make modes easier next time instead of having to do a lot of manual work. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to change. I'll remember changing something. I remember what I want to change, but let's first test if this change works. So let's start the game. It should get auto-captured by OBS. I'm just going to mute the... Can everything stop stealing my focus? That'd be nice. Let me just mute this for now. Right, I forgot the volume slider doesn't do anything on this app, so I have to mute it here. Give me a second. Okay, I think it should have finished loading. Let me just click on the window so it updates the screen. That's the wrong window. Hold on. That's the right window. This is not the default title screen. I made this custom. I made this background graphic a couple of years ago for this. But if anyone was here from last time, maybe they might notice from the last time I streamed, they might notice that the game looks a lot crisper than the other stream. That's because I finally managed to fix a long-standing issue that has been annoying me for years of me playing this game. And it was one line. I am really mad. That's not what I wanted to do. No, get out, get back out. Where is the game audio? Okay, so the issue was that if you tried to... The issue was that if you try to increase this game by default runs at 640 by 480, like a lot of the fan clones of Tetris games, but it does have a resolution setting. The issue was that if you tried to increase the resolution, the game would become horribly blurry, and a lot of text gained this sort of strange, what's it called? a lot of the text graphics also gained like these strange lines around the edges that weren't there if you were running it on what's it called? That's not the right one. Hold on. Why is it? Huh? What? Why does it not capture properly if I switch it to that mode? Do I really have to use the other mode? Hold on. That's the wrong one. Okay, I do have to use the other mode. That's annoying. I have to deal with the yellow border. So the issue is that the game, by default, was using linear texture filtering for everything. And this is something that is done that the engine that this uses, which is Slick 2D, does by default when you load images. In all the years that this game has been developed, and even the people who are updating the game after the original developer has dropped the game, they haven't fixed it. And the fix is just as simple. Let me just load up the fix was just going in here and adding this one line. That is it. This is the fix. You just go into resource holder, which is one of the source files of the default source files of the game, and just add this one line: image.setFilter, image.filterNearest. And that fixes the resolution, the scaling issues of the game. Instantly. Good job, guys. How did you miss this the whole time? Anyway, at least now it works. It now looks nice. I can now actually play the game at 1280 by 960 instead of 640 by 480 without it looking like a blurry mess. So anyway, this is the mode. I just wanted to make like a but that's the wrong button. I just wanted to test to make sure that everything works fine. So let's just not that one. Please load this one. All right, let's hit it. Actually, I need to check the volume as well. Where's OBS? It's probably fine. I'll leave it where it is. It's probably fine. This is a game that only by default supports static backgrounds. I had to hack together the moving backgrounds myself. It was worth it though, because this does look kinda nice. I don't know why I didn't like that. Competition. Oh, and the BGM isn't like built into the game. You can choose your own. So this is like what I've chosen right now for this particular game state. And the wrong capture. Did I forget to? I got tricked by the Twitch preview because it's been buffering for like the past 3 minutes. There we go. That's better. Yep. Yeah, now the game actually looks nice at a higher resolution. It's not blurry and it doesn't have those weird like lines that appears at the edges of text graphics when you increase the res. It now actually looks fine. It's such a nice such a nice quality of life fix, and it's one line that nobody thought to add. I'm still mad. So this mode gives you like passive and active abilities to let you play the mode a bit easier. I've selected one of the passive options, which just gives you which allows you to just progress through the mode a little bit faster. So because of that, the right bar that you see, the the tiny green bar that you see next to the playfield is showing my overall progress through the game mode. I need a let me try that. Oop, that's a misdrop. It's fine. No, I didn't want to unhold that. Shout out SoundTemp, the people who made this. They did not... sorry, not the people who made the game, but the people who made the track that I'm currently using. They did not need to go so hard on what is essentially a little PvP tank game that was exclusive to South Korea. That also is already dead. The game is defunct. You can no longer play it. I know exactly what I want to add, but it's a visual effect, so I can add it after testing gameplay. It's not going to affect the gameplay at all. I feel sorry for this one person who's been including my game modes in their own personal mod pack for the game. Every single time I release a brand new mode, it completely clashes with the rest of their mod pack, but they still do it anyway. But they still added it anyway. And here's the main gimmick of the mode. Because there's a lot of things to do with time, every level up sends you back in time a little bit. Well, I guess stage transition in this case, not a level up. If you want to be precise about the, if you want to be more precise about the terminology. So now it adds. So the main thing of the game mode is that every single time you advance a stage, it adds a brand new effect that you have to try and survive. The main gist of the mode. And because this is a very long mode, I've borrowed a system from another game and added the badges you see on the right. The more badges you have, the faster you can progress through the mode because line clears become more and more valuable at increasing your the level count, or as this mode stylizes it as, the date. I can do this, and then this. This first gimmick just copies your bottom line and pushes the rest of your stack upwards, so you just have to stack it cleanly to make sure that the copied lines stay clean. not an original gimmick. There's a bunch of games that use this gimmick as a difficulty increase. But it is a simple one to start you off, so you're not just immediately thrown into the deep end. No, that's actually worse. Whatever. Good enough. I can work with this. That was too early. Time to start digging. There's a lot of effects on this that's currently being on display that the game doesn't normally natively support. Like tinted graphics is something that the game engine doesn't normally let you do. Well, I mean, the game engine lets you do it, but the way that that it was originally programmed by the devs doesn't expose tinted the ability for you to tint graphics in your own code. But after a lot of changes and a lot of additions, you can now actually do that. Can I? What am I doing? Ah! Ah. Not in time. Yep, too early again. Yep, I did it too early again. That's fine. Okay. The music's faded out. That means we're about to get a transition into a brand new season. I mean, it is called Seasons, and it is based on a lot of time. So we're in spring. We're about to go into summer. And I just realized I forgot to change the thing again, which means... Yeah. I'm still using the track from Mirage Crossing in Enthusiast for this stage that I set it to. I will clarify this. I did set it to that before I started speedrunning the game. So this wasn't like caused by me speedrunning the game. I had it from before just because I thought, oh, I needed like a desert-like theme and yeah, it worked. Simple gimmick here. It's just that the blocks sometimes turn into those bracket blocks, which are also called bone blocks. Because, you know, everything's getting hotter, so dry as a bone. It's a bit of a stretch, but the idea is that it makes the stack harder to see, but also your pieces start turning into bone blocks, which also makes them harder to discern without directly looking at them. Nice. Wild West Enduro. It's just a shame that track never actually gets used in the career. It only ever gets used in Driving Revolution, Time Trial, and free races. Or the test drive. EL never uses the track. Shame. The next gimmick, I've recently added a brand new visual aspect to. I mean, it's one of my favorite gimmicks in general that I've added, but I think the visual aspect kinda really elevates this one. Well, not this one, but the next one. When we get there. Yeah, nope. Nope. Okay, that's not what I intended to do, but it worked out anyway. Mirage, do you see the thing that says 5 real in the UI? Pay very close attention to it, and pay very close attention to my pieces. Okay, it's turned orange. The text has turned orange. Here's an eyepiece. Let's use it. Never mind. It was a mirage. It wasn't real. The eyepiece wasn't real. It's gone. It was never real. It's like the fridge. It's like the fridge in that one guy's stream. It's never real. Oh! There you go. So if you're not careful and you don't track your pieces properly and you don't pay attention to the UI, yeah, you might just end up getting trolled because your eyepieces just disappear. That telegraph wasn't there before. I only added that recently. Just as a bonus for people who are paying attention. Alright, the next one is fake. Thought that one can make it over, I guess not. Gravity's too high. Although sadly, Wild West Enduro doesn't really fit the sort of desert theming I'm looking for. I would have probably used it if it did fit a bit better. Yeah, good enough. Into the Fire is a simple gimmick, it just speeds up the game, so now you actually have to pay attention while the game is going quickly. The badges also help you against the gimmick, so the more badges you have at this point, it will increase the lock delay. Like the time it takes, the delay you have after the piece touches a, the time you have after a piece touches the stack before it automatically locks in place. Can I have a... Okay, there we go. Okay, the next one is fake. Particle effects was not arbitrary particle effects or something that the game supported either, but I plotted that in. So now we have the fire in the background. This is another favorite gimmick of mine because this is something I actually borrowed from another game that I quite like. So the gravity in this section is very high, but it only takes effect after a delay. So if you're quick, you can still move your feet, place your pieces quickly. This actually chains very well with the next gimmick, this delayed gravity, because it gives you some time to think with what's coming up next. Well, with the two that are coming up next, I should say. And if you place your pieces quickly before the gravity takes effect, you get bonus. So as you can see, there's 4 types of badges. AC is if you get an all clear. 4X is, well, I guess your lines. I guess it's a badge that increases by lines, but it increases the most if you get quadruple line clears or bigger. Now you might be asking, what do you mean or bigger? But some of the abilities let you have bigger line clears than 4 lines. Floating winds, here's the next gimmick. Occasionally... Wow, what is this RNG? Oh, there we go. Occasionally, a piece gets a gem. And that gem signifies that the piece has been pre-rotated and you have to pay attention to them. I'm getting a very little amount of them in this attempt. You gotta learn to get used to them quickly because the next gimmick is going to test how quickly you can read them. How quick you can compensate for them. It's not another speed up technically, but it does light a fire under you in a different way, rather than just speeding up the game directly. Oh yeah, and the more badges you have, of course, for this section, the more delay you have before the pieces automatically get their high gravity, and fall quickly. Too early. Here we go. You ever played Osu? You ever used the flashlight mod? Welcome! It's Tetris plus flashlight. Forces you to play quickly because otherwise you're not going to see what you're doing. The lock delay is also a lot lower in this particular, in the overall, the autumn season, which means you really have to make sure you get your pieces in the correct space before they fall down. Yep, welcome. Welcome to Tetris. This is what I've been modding for like the past couple of months. Well, I've been making this game mode for a couple of months, but I still need to finish it up. I had a better idea for that, but I couldn't pull it off in time. Ag is good enough. Can I please? Nope. That's fine. Next season, we're in winter. There's a lot. Well, the visibility is a lot worse. Oops. That's not the right one. The track that I'm using for this particular section is Stardust by Kristen Clark, which is a very good track. Yeah, fast track is so light. I mean, to be fair, it took me years to get to the point at where I am. Like, this wasn't like an overnight type of deal. It took me a couple years to get here when I was through, I mostly was playing when I was in high school? Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. Actually kind of helps, because it lets me build off of it. It's not ideal, but it lets me build off of it. Have a... Snow mounds. You gotta hurry up, because the field is filling with snow. It's only visual snow, but you know, you still gotta hurry up if you still wanna see what's going on. Clearing lines pushes the snow back down. I mean, it's supposed to be snow, but I think someone mentioned once that it looks like milk, and I can't unsee it. Just gotta use your imagination a little bit, I guess. Yeah, I want to move this over to the right. Yes, you could also interpret it as other things, but for your own sanity, just pretend it's snow, because that's what it's meant to be. There you go. And it's the last gimmick in the winter time, which is rather interesting. So the ice pieces, which are denoted by blue gemstone pieces, they will break up upon landing. They'll break apart and bury themselves as deeply as they can. However, if you mix the ice pieces and normal pieces in a line, the line doesn't fall down. So you have to sort of manage your lines very carefully. You're building very carefully. But you can get a lot of spins, a lot of like spins if you're good. I mean, if you stack well enough. You can even get the forbidden O spin. Hold on. Before I do this, let me just quickly get something. Okay, it just started raining over here, which is great. That's fine. But let me see if I can So here's the end. So here's a part that took forever to write. But honestly, I think it's really cool. So you reach the next year, the end level 1 year later. Not the end yet. We're going back. The bitrate is probably absolutely dying, but whatever. Now, welcome to the credits. Objective, make it back to the to January 31st of the next year. You do get more levels. You do get levels faster while in this state, though. The custom credits graphics took forever to render to render correctly, because this game does not support by default rendering things in between the playfield and the playfield background. So I had to like hack it in. But I think it was worth it. The more badges you arrive to this credit sequence with, the more time you start with. You get more time for clearing lines, but only a little bit. That's a normal guy. Alright, here we go. The hardest gimmick is, of course, the last one. If you don't clear the pieces fast enough, they will freeze and become unclearable. So well, they become unclearable except if you clear 4 in a row, which then clears out the bottom row. I did not mean to accidentally make this segment of the mode work so well with this particular track, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Here we go. I have to actually concentrate for this one. Oh, that was close. I was at the top of the screen already. And here's another part that I was proud of to make, this evaluation screen. You get your grade, and a rank, and your performance evaluation. 12,000 points is the maximum. Nice. So just want to quickly show like what I meant by like some of the abilities lets you clear more than 4 lines. Here's chill out. Let me just charge it first, because you have to like charge it first by clearing lines. I am rushing and I'm messing up now. So I borrowed this ability from the zone mechanic in Tetris Effect, which is an official game, like an officially licensed Tetris game. I borrowed the mechanic from there. It's not as good in terms of like visually. It doesn't look as nice as actual zone, but gameplay-wise, it basically works the same. Once I charge it, at least. It's gonna take a second. We're almost there. Okay, that's actually fine. Yeah, that's actually fine. Okay, now that it's charged up, I can activate it. And let me just build up first, because I think it's best if I build up in order to demonstrate it. So while it is active, it freezes your line clears. And it also saves you from a game over if you reach the top of the screen. And there you go, 18 lines cleared. Not an original mechanic. I did borrow it from Tetris Effect, but it's a good thing to save a run with, if need be. Okay. So if I go back to the code, there is one thing I wanted to add, which is some more text. Oh yeah, I just realized I'm currently sitting on the code that is printing out that little passage of text that shows up, and it's not even an original passage of text that shows up when the credits start. Oh, it's not fun. It's actually just a verse that's been borrowed straight from... Let me just load the page. Please? Yeah, there we go. So, I just borrowed it from here. And honestly, this was the entire inspiration of the mode in the first place. Well, this was one of the inspirations, followed by a game mode that I kind of found underwhelming. Not in terms of its difficulty, because the difficulty is actually way too hard for like 99.99999% of players in Tetris the Grandmaster 4, which is another officially licensed game. There's a mode that has adds a bunch of gimmicks, but they're horribly unbalanced. So I'm like, I'm gonna make a mode that also does like gimmicks and stuff, but I'm gonna try and balance it a bit better, just so it doesn't require you to be a 0.00001% player. Yes, I did just lift the little piece of text that shows up at the start of the credits from Seasons from this song. Hey, it works. I'm actually going to lift another passage from it. The last one. I'm going to like gradually show it as you progress through the credits, except I now need to figure out how to create such a system. I think I have an idea on how to create such a system. Let's add a Do you play what they call it? Skin edit. Track 62. I don't play it often. I only really play it whenever I just wanted to like practice on a particular skin. I don't really play it for the purposes of like scoring on it. I mostly just play it for the sake of, you know, oh, let me just boot up strangers and practice hitting combos on it. Or whatever. They're really transparent, aren't they? So here we go. No, I know I should fade in. Fade out. Sustain. And I just need to make a current lifetime. Update. Fade in time. Sustain time. Fade out time. Okay. And now I need the text. Constructor. Oh, nope. Can the editor please stop doing that? Okay, there we go. So the text block, text. The text block system was also something I wrote to make writing paragraphs of text way easier. Because otherwise it takes forever to write paragraph of text using the in-game text system, because you have to manually write out everything. And it is annoying. And you have to like manually adjust the positioning pixel by pixel just to make sure everything works right. But if I do this, it's a lot easier. Sure. No, this has to be a final one as well. I know how to spell. Okay, and then I need to draw. So I need a alignment. And then... Okay, how does this... Why can this preview just stop buffering? I swear. There we go, now it works. So I can actually see what's happening. So which is... I actually might want to... whatever, I'll just do it like this. Grid 1, oh, interesting. Anchor X, anchor Y, and then I think I need... What is it? It's draw aligned text. Yes. So I need a game engine, a text, and an alignment. Okay. What's nice is that the original devs of the game I'm modding made it very modular, so I can just add on my own stuff. It's great. Aligned text block. Yes, this is what I need. Engine. Anchor Y. Just realized something. Now, with the effect that I want to do, what I need to do is actually get rid of alignment. Just so then I have like something to work with. I need to draw... Bounded text block is what I need. Anchor X, anchor Y, and then I have to calculate these, so I'm just gonna put... I need to calculate those. False. Text block to draw, which is text, and then alignment would be object alignment dot top left, because I think that'll make it a lot easier. I should probably like pre-calculate these, so instead of... Actually, no, because the anchor X and anchor Y is not fixed. I can't recalculate them outside. I have to recalculate them in here. It would be anchor X. Yeah, I think because I can just anchor X, anchor Y. Oops. The maximum is what I need to calculate. No, actually, max Y should just be anchor Y plus text dot get height. Because what I really do care is because it's sweeping from left to right and then right to left. So I actually can't even just hard code min X to be anchor X. So it's final int min X and max X that I need to calculate. Min X will be if lifetime is less than the fade-in time plus sustain time, this should be anchor X. Otherwise, it should be... Yeah, this should be anchor X. Otherwise, it needs to be... Interpolation. Interpolation, yes. Can you, yeah. Linear interpolate, anchor X plus, text dot get width. And it should be lifetime minus fade-in time, sustain time, divided by fade-out time. Okay, and now I just have to do lifetime less than fade-in time. This should be anchor X. No, this should be anchor X. Otherwise, it should be anchor X plus, no, interpolation X, anchor X, minus fade-in time. No, it should just be lifetime over lifetime over. Okay. Then this is min X and max X. Except I need to fix this slightly because otherwise max X runs away to the right. Oh no, if max X runs away to the right, then it's fine. Min X will also run away to the right. That's also fine. That should be fine. Now what I can do is I can put in let's put it up here. Yeah. I wish I can spell. I can't spell. You can clearly see that, that I cannot spell to save my life. Oh, here it is. Initialize that to null, and then I have to go to render last, which I am going to... Where do I put it? I'll put it before the text emitter. If sweeping passage null. Actually, I should change the way this works. Yeah, I should just do it like this then. Engine. X is going to be 320, Y is going to be Engine. It's gonna be base Y. Which isn't on here. Where is base Y? I don't have a base Y calculation. Hold on. Give me that, and then... I need a base Y calculation here. Like 20 times 16, that's like 320. And then add, I think, 45. No, 42. That's another 4. So it has to be 40. Yeah, okay, that looks right. And then 40? 44. Yeah, let's do it like that. And then we just have to modify how the sweeping passage. Update, and then I just have to do... Okay, and then I just have to modify how this is added. 1 minute. So how am I adding this? And this should actually not be top left. This should actually be well, middle is what I call it. So now I just have to fix this because, let's see. So now I actually have to change all of these. No, I don't. I can just do... Not get width, get height. And yeah, and then because I am paranoid, I am going to add these. Anchor X minus text dot max X. And text was get width. Okay. Solved. Now I just have to add the text. This is still, even though this looks like a lot of lines, this is still easier than manually laying everything out. It's still many. Why is Discord like doing itself? That's not what the CD tray is for. I should also probably, Yeah, there you go. Just so we're not sitting in silence whenever I'm thinking. So how many of these do I think I want 6. No, hang on. I want 5, I think. That's actually perfect. There's exactly 5. That's perfect. Every 2 months. Yeah, okay. Not every 2 months. No, it is every 2 months because there'll be like a gap at the end of 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Yeah, that works. And 11 and 12 is its own block. Okay. Good. I'm not using new lines, so it doesn't actually matter. I'll just use left. Actually, you know what? Better. I think 1.5 and 2.5. No, 1.25 and 1.5 are the sizes I'm using. I said 1.5 and 2.5 and I immediately used 1.25. Am I stupid? 3 over 2, and this is 5 over 2. I swear the inline completion has gotten worse. I wouldn't be surprised. I might actually make this as 2 lines, just so that it actually fits. Which means I actually might want to render the thing. Not. Let's actually change this to plus 36 instead. I'm just gonna borrow this. Except now I have to fix this. 1.25. It's gonna be 1.25 and 0.75. I forgot. I need this one as well. There we go. We didn't paste. Thank you for not pasting. Have to turn down the quality. Okay. And then this is the thing again. 4 is going to, I think, borrow. I want to borrow from the one above again. Yeah. Copy this out one more time, and this is passage number 5. Oops, that's not a 5, it's a percent. Where is the exclamation mark anyway? Let me check the font. Font bog. Yes, that's how you spell the word big. Okay, so exclamation mark is in fact a real thing that I can put into the text. Okay, now I have to go to calc score. I might just do it like this then. Lovely, yes, that's truly how you spell that one. February, March. That would be... So what's the sustain time going to be? Give me a second, let me just mute for a second. Okay, that should be the correct timings for everything. Now, let's give it a test. I guess. Yeah, just run the game. I'm gonna mute the game in OBS because I am going to be skipping through. I'm gonna mute the game because I am going to be skipping through a bunch of stuff. And to prevent our everyone's eardrums from being broken, I'm going to not have the game audio on. Are we there yet? I should probably just disable one of the options just so that make save loads a lot easier, but eh. Okay, mute that. Okay, replay. go. Let's just skip. Trust me, it's better that I mute the game. Unless you want your eardrums broken. Oh, here we go. I just realized the effect isn't working. Well, this is awkward. Oh, no, it is working. The text is just way too big because I highly overestimated. I need a different basis then. There's also a bunch of spaces missing. Missing. We there yet? I think it's... Yeah, there's some spaces missing. I need to fix that. Okay. Okay, so we know that kind of works, except now I just have to fix it. I have to fix all the text now. Well, I guess I'm inserting new lines. I also... No, I think it's fine. I can push the text a bit lower, it looks like. Yeah, I need to make this a lot smaller. And also just add a lot more new lines. Because a lot of these pieces of text are too big. Okay, this needs a space. It also needs a space right here and here. I believe I can get away with just setting this to 3. Like these single line ones, I can probably get away with setting them to... no, not 3 up there. It's just setting them to 3, 3, 3, and 3. Not 3 there. 3 here. Simplify those. And there we go. That should hopefully fix the spacing. Let's give it a shot. Oh wait, hold on, hold up. Let's let's change you to 40. Because at some point after this, I'm gonna have to record a bunch of replays so that I can play them back and record them, so I can actually make a proper trailer. Instead of just doing what I did for the past couple of years, just recording gameplay and then just calling it a day and just slapping it on YouTube. Because they even already have like a logo prepared as well for the mode. Okay, time to swap out the thing. If I can find a... And the preview started buffering again. That's great. That's lovely. Thank you, Twitch. Why are you like this? I actually forgot to change something as well. I need to move this renderer. I need to move it to, like, up here. Because otherwise it's going to overlap with the description weirdly. Otherwise there's some layering issues. It's fine. For now, I just want to see if the text itself is fixed. I think I missed the first text appearing again. God damn it. Okay, so from what it looks like, I can actually, like, lower it again. $36. No, 32 even is probably good enough. 320. $36. I'll put it back on 36, I think, because I think 40 is too low. And it looks like I have to move like a thing again. Hold on. You need to go below the text emitter. Or above. In the code, so that it goes below in the actual drawing. This is basically what I envisioned. There's like the whole thing with the text is what I've been envisioning since the beginning of me making the mode. So this is basically just finally, after all these months, a realization of what I wanted to make. I just realized I did something wrong. Hold on. Yeah, this is not the right one. Okay, that should be better now. Is this thing... Yeah, it is working. Okay. Let's see if this text now properly works. Let me skip this. Oh wait, no, you can't skip it in a replay because otherwise it desyncs the replay. Oh, I have to let it do its thing. So when it loads into April, is what I need to pay attention to the bottom. That didn't look right. The fade in still doesn't look right. The fade out looks right, but the fade in doesn't look right. Yeah, the fade in does not look right. The fade out looks fine, but the fade in looks incorrect. Hold on. Let's see if we can fix this. Min X. If min X, wait, from the fade in time. Oh, I wrote fade out time. It should be fade in time. And then... Wait, I'm actually stupid. Max X should just... I don't need this conditional calculation. I can just do it like this. Yeah, there we go. It's only min X that needs to change. Max X needs to just be a singular interpolation statement. That should fix it now. Change it to something else really quickly. Yeah, there we go. This will do. Nope, I'm not playing mode. I want to go to the replay. Let's see. Does it now render correctly? Does the faded now actually work? Yes, it does. Finally, after all these months, the vision I had for the way for that text appears at the bottom, like when I was first making the mode, is actually fulfilled. It's been months since I had that idea, and now it's actually getting fulfilled. And I just realized something is wrong there. Hold on. That text is the wrong color. Wait a minute. Why is it blue? I think all the other ones are correct. It's just that one that's wrong for some reason. That should fix it now. How long have you been working on? Let me check where my first commit. When did I first make the commit? I'm gonna let that play in the background. It's not gonna play in the background because it's going to freeze because I'm not focused on it. But let me check the Git history. It's been a while. Where is it? Text utilities, better rendering, finding particles, after scan line, GM for hot patch, typo, preparation for new rules, multi-condition. One block running next to you. That's collapse. Unclearable block should, I don't know. Mouse parser, NERS, marathon. Clicker on custom handler, FQ, level table stuff, optimize usage of speed tables, but why int overflow? Where is this commit? This first commit where I first made this? Add mirror, no. Edit readme, no. Starting July of last year. July 30th is the commit that added seasons.java to my codebase. July 30th of last year. It's almost been a year. After I finish everything, I just need to record a bunch of replays so that I can record it with, you know, some different graphics so that I can actually make a proper trailer instead of doing the lazy thing and just recording gameplay and then doing it. There's no sound because I've been like fast forwarding through stuff and I don't want to break people's eardrums because the fast forwarding is very loud. The overall, like, set of game modes and mods and stuff I've been working on since, like, I think 2018. But for this singular game mode, yeah, July 30th of last year. You thankfully don't need to survive this gimmick for as long as where I first, as in the game that I got this gimmick from. You only really have to do it for a maximum of 1.5 minutes, but in the game I got it from, you have to survive it for a good 8. It's like anywhere between 6 to 8 minutes with speeds way faster. And with another gimmick stacked on top that randomly rotates the spawn state of your block. Which makes it even more annoying to deal with. Yes. So now let me just quickly make sure that I haven't accidentally made any of the text the wrong color. Again. Let's see. White, red, white, orange. White, green, white, yellow, white. Hello, XP. I might actually just add the exclamation mark as a separate text object. I'll just do that. How's the Enthusia research? Just make sure, like, white, orange, white, pink, white, orange, white, white, green, white, yellow, white, okay. Oh, you finally done a cross-region, nice. You finally ported the stuff to cross-region. What is this? Oh, you know, yeah, I don't need that. What else? What else did I need to change? I guess I just need to do one more test run to make sure everything works. And then I think that's everything for today. I can commit this. Because I think that is everything. I don't know if there's any more changes that I want to make to gameplay or visuals, because I think this is already complete. I'll switch this one more time. Here is... not that one. Where's CC2? D underscore the... Here it is. It really is just one line to fix the blurriness of this game at higher resolutions. I'm so mad that nobody who was developing this game thought to add that line. December, alright, start rewinding. Right now. A bit more. Be it. Yeah, there we go. I'm genuinely surprised how easy this effect was to create in terms of, like, the game already gives you, like, half of what you need in order to create it. You just need to add, like, the extra, like, block falling out particles and everything, and otherwise it's actually very easy to create the rewind effect, relatively speaking. Because, like, 90% of what you need to implement it is already inside the game engine. Thank you, developers. I also borrowed, like, the big rewind mechanic from, you know, the mode that's labeled AE Master in the inspiration. That's, like, the mode where I also borrowed some of the ideas from. And also the mode I mentioned where, like, they stack the gimmicks in an annoying manner. But the way that it did the rewind was very underwhelming. It just kind of reset the field state and then just rewinded the next cube, but there were no particles, nothing fancy. It was kind of empty. Like, there was so much that they could have done because their previous Tetrograd Master games had a lot of cool visual effects happening, especially in the third game. So the fourth game felt kind of Spartan in comparison. fix some of the, what do you call it, the... there's okay, it's kind of bugging out because I'm not focused on it right now, the window. I just need to tweak something in OBS, and back we go. Okay, the fade in and fade out of the text actually works now. That's good. It's no longer bugging out weirdly. Before you say anything about the name of the mod set, I made that name when I was like 15. No, not 15. 16. It's been 8 years. Cut my 16-year-old self some slack. So with Absolute Zero, if you don't clear the pieces fast enough, they freeze, becoming unclearable unless you clear 4 lines in a row. Again, this is borrowed from that game mode that's labeled AE Master in the credits, but in that mode, you had in that implementation, you had instant gravity. So you had and a very low lock delay, so you had no time to think. This implementation gives you very low gravity relatively speaking, and a lot of lock delay, so you actually have time to, you know, think. No, it's based on how many frames they've existed on the board. That's what the delay listing is for. Like 200F of delay means that after 200 frames at 60 frames per second, then it freezes. And the delay is based on your badge count. So you want to collect as many of these as you can. The 4X, you get it by clearing lines. Like, more lines, more badges. SP, you get it for getting spin clears. AC for getting all clears. SE are what season badges, and you get them for like interacting with the gimmicks. I'm also proud of this evaluation screen with the way the game over slides out of the way to make room for all of these. Although this screen is a bit empty, but eh. It's not that important, to be honest. I just realized I think there's a bug. Hold on. Let me check something. There's a bug. There's still no sound because I'm probably gonna be looking at a replay soon. Okay, so I do that. And then let me just play for like a second. I think there's a bug in the actual game mode core. 1 minute. Okay, then I just do this, and then watch the replay. I think something isn't saving properly. Hold on. I have way too many replays. Need to clear out my replays folder at some point. Okay, yeah, something is wrong. It's not loading the player name from the replay, even though it should be saved. Alright, time for another thing to fix. Just give me a minute. Let me also switch this to... Where is... the... I don't know what it's called. There it is. No, it's not input delay. Input delay would be evil. I can walk through all the gimmicks, like, one more time, because I think they are a little complicated. Well, complicated in the sense that they're not completely clear, but I can walk through them. Let me just see if I can first fix the issue with player names. Yeah, load setting, load ranking. Loading setting, okay. Otherwise, just load the setting. Okay, but it's save. If for replay and is logged in, player name. Can I check when is save setting called? Yeah, there is a save setting here for replay true. So for some reason, it's not being printed. Let's look at player. If that is not a player name, or a player name is not empty. Huh. Let's go back to player init. And then let me look at... Let's just make a log. Get player name. Alright. Run the game again. I've already written a script, thankfully, on my IDE that just lets me click a button and then it immediately starts a new instance of the game after compiling everything. Compiling everything copies the thing over to the where I've installed the game and then runs the game. Which does make it a lot simpler. I don't have to manually move files every single time. Oh, dang it, this tea I made is already gone cold. Alright, let's take a look at this replay. Oh yeah, I do feel the need to also share this one. This MIDI by Cammy goes really hard. So I'm gonna send it. This is what's currently playing. Wait, this is not the right replay. What replay did I load? Okay, that's... The player name's not showing, so let me check the log. Huh. It actually didn't find a player name. That's bizarre. Hold on. Hello, Reza. So the player name isn't being loaded. Hold on. Why isn't it loading, huh? Properties, save setting, owner.replay prop. For replay equals true. Yeah. So if I go to save setting, if for replay and player properties is locked in. So both of these should be true. Prop.set property, player name, prop player name. If it's a replay, get the player name from the property string, otherwise don't get it. Load setting is replay. Where are you? Yeah, is replay true, so both of these should be true, so I don't know why it's not being saved. Where's the settings? Oh, here it is. Just move it. Load settings, save setting, and then save the replay. Oh, this is locally saved, the current version. I just realized, why... You only need to save this if it's a replay. You don't have to save this in the actual, like, global properties. You don't have to save that. What else? So if it is replay mode, it loads owner from the replay properties file is replay equals truth. Let me actually go to my replays folder. Hold on. Okay, here's the game. Where is the replays folder? Replay. This is the replay. So let me open it with something. Vim R 2026 05 11 10 19 18. Okay, let's see. Huh. It didn't save the player name. It's not even in there. What happened? Huh. I should just make this like a... not private, but protected. So that the, any settings objects that you make can also access the logger. Player properties... is logged in. Player name. I'm actually stupid. What I need to actually do is player properties dot name or get name display, or you get what I mean. Get name display. And if I look at a different yeah, I saved the wrong value. That's why. There we go. Now this is the correct value. You can now delete the logs. So now I can play again. I saved the wrong value. I saved the thing that is always going to be empty every time. Because player name is only used when you're loading from the replay. You save the player name if you're making a replay. You use the profile object to save the name. To get the name from. Unmute the game. Turn this down. Just gotta wait for the game to load. Come on, you can do it. Load. There we go. So now let's try it again. Log into my player profile. I added like a login system in my mode that just lets you save your personal settings for the mode. So instead of being global, it actually like saves separately. Also with separate leaderboards. It's great. So let's just play for a second. And then... Wait a minute. Yeah, it doesn't matter that I messed up there because I'm just going to do this and then I'm just gonna leave. Because I just need a replay. So now if I make if I go to a replay. Some of these replays aren't mine, some of them are other people's that I've collected. Did I load the wrong replay? Did I load the wrong replay? No, it didn't save again. Hold on. Hold on. 10:29. Why did it not save again? The replay didn't save. Why you no save? Just check again. Save setting. True. Yeah, it passes in the replay properties file. Save replays. Huh? Save setting player properties. Show not replay record. Otherwise, save setting. Uh-huh. For replay equals true. Why is it not saving? Key and then value. So yeah, here's the key, here's the value. So why if is replay, get it from here. Load setting is replay. Yeah, it loads it from the replay, since it's true. Log.info. So where is this used? No. Logged in or player name is empty. Is not empty. Name is logged in, get name display. Otherwise get sent out player name. So why is it not loading? Why you no save? I should just add a log as well over here where it's like let me close the game and restart it. I forgot the semicolon. Why is somebody holding themselves hostage so that they can actually go play a mod, so that they can update their mod for their game? Let me move the game to one side. Let's have the log window open so I can see it. Start the mode. Log in. Hey, wait a minute. I just realized something. Where are you? Where are you? Mode settings. No, that's for the different thing. Uh-huh. So then if I look here, here's the constructor. That's not the constructor that I'm looking for. Where is it? Season settings. Player properties. Yeah, so it makes a new one. And then passes around that same instance. It doesn't, like, make a brand new one. I log in. So login succeeded. Make a replay. Okay. What? It didn't even save. It didn't save the replay. Oh no, it did save the replay, but the thing didn't print out. So, for whatever reason, it's not logged in. Hold on. I wish I can put breakpoints, but I can't. Because I am running this game, what's it called? I am not running the game from the IDE itself. Because the installation folder that I'm moving things to is different than the actual, like, game that I'm playing. It's probably something I should fix, but for the moment, that's how it is. I could probably tell it to attach a debugger to like a Java process, but I don't think it'll sync properly. Because I've also got a bunch of files modified from elsewhere in the actual like class files, the compiled class files. So if I try to do that, it probably breaks. So in the interest of that not happening, I forgot to log in. Right, no, make it play the game. Just... Huh? What? For replay is false, and logged in is also false. What? Oh, hello. Why did the... Why did the game freeze? Why did the game freeze? That's weird. It should... When save setting is called, it should be logged in. Wait, so why does it log itself out? Huh? Why does it, like, log itself out? That's weird. This is working in all my other stuff, so why isn't it working here? Okay, here we go. Huh? Okay, so one of the replays... So it does, in fact, call save replay, save settings with for replay equals true. But then logged in is false. But why? But why is it false? This getter always worked. Yeah, it returns it from logged in. Is a new one? Wait, so when is this called? When is this thing called? What am I on actually? Yeah, I'm on the results screen, so it hasn't like reinitialized the thing. Yeah, because if I wasn't logged in, I wouldn't be able to switch. I wouldn't be able to switch the player scores. Yeah, because if it's not logged in, I wouldn't be able to... if I'm not logged in, I wouldn't be able to show my player scores. And if it's not logged in, you wouldn't actually be able to see the thing to begin with. Like, oh. Why does that break the game? No, it does save the replay. It's just that it's reading a thing wrong. Why? Oh, why is it frozen? It hasn't done that before. New profile. If profile properties is null, make a new profile property. Show player stats equals none. Uh-huh. Player property. So this is an object that is shared. Hmm. What does it get stuck on? Hmm. If I'm not logged in, I think I can, like, lose the game and then, like, press retry and then it works. But if I'm logged in, it breaks. But why? Okay, so let me try, like just losing normally. I can press retry fine, but if I'm logged in... That's not my password, hold on. Okay. Wait, it works now? What causes the freezes then? What? Okay. Why does it work now? But why is logged in false when it's saving the replay? Why does it crash the game when I press escape? Huh? But it's only if I press escape while logged in. Maybe if I do that instead. Yeah, that's the only two things that deal in quit flag. So I don't know what's happening. That's the only two things that are dealing in engine.quit flag. So I don't know what's happening. I swear this is working before. Now it doesn't.
Letting go.
Okay. That works. Oh, whoop. Wait. I saw an error. That might answer my question. That's good. It actually showed an exception, so I can actually, like, read it. A resource not... I'm looking at the wrong one. Hold on. That's the wrong log file. This is the right log file. Cannot print bounce. That should... No, because there's another one. Let's just put it on the outside then. Let's put it all the way on the outside. So why is it... So... My question is... Why is logged in always false? Because it works on the outside, but it doesn't work on the inside. Like, I don't make a brand new copy of the profile properties. Yeah, I just pass it in. Yeah, it just saves the reference. It doesn't, like, copy it. Or, like, make a new thing. So why is this always false? Why are you false? You shouldn't be false. Because load setting player, for example, I'm just passing in the same player properties object. So it should be the same reference. So why is one logged in and the other one not logged in? I don't get it. Hold on. Actually, the strange thing is, save setting player. When save setting is called by the game, it always says false for logged in. Like save setting is called when you up here, like for example, when you start the game. When you start the game, it goes to save setting. And yet for some reason, it says no, sorry, it makes sense that it says false when you're not logged in. But now, yeah, I don't know, it actually makes sense. for replay. So where did I write that again? Yeah, for save setting. Huh? Player properties.is logged in, and yet it doesn't... Huh? What? That's where it's used. Okay. So this is the same reference. Like, I'm not copying it or anything. Why is it, like... log.info. I forgot the semicolon, that's fine. Why are you like this? It shouldn't be happening. Why is this not working? I'm gonna mute the game because we're spending most of our time, so I'm just gonna... Just give me this one. What? You're never gonna believe this. So I have the log window open. The log that logs the login state before save replay, before the not save replay, the save settings is called, says that I'm logged in. But then the in the reference of the profile properties inside the game itself is false. Oh, sorry. Like when I'm in here. Hang on, do I have the game open? Okay. So when I'm in here, it says it's not logged in. But when I'm over here, it says it's logged in. What is this Schrodinger's login status? What is happening? Oh, that's what's happening. Oh, I found a problem. Why are you here? Get out of here. Because it was overriding the reference, that's why. No, because it's overriding the reference. Because I make one up here. I make one in player init, wherever the hell player init is. But then I replace it down there. Because the idea is that if you press it, it logs you out and then you can log into another account. The issue, however, I'll just make it so that you're logged out when you leave the instance instead of making a manual logout. When you leave the game and go back to the mode selection menu or the main menu, that's when it's going to log you out. But then what happens if I... Well, now I have to test a whole new can of worms. Hold on. So what happens if I'm logged in, I press the button? It just goes to OK. But then doesn't actually do anything. I'll just... Okay, time to edit. Okay, that I know what to do then. So, let's now check. Does it actually work? Cool, it works. So now if I go to the replay... There you go. It works now. So now, I gotta edit a bunch of things. So let me first remove these logs. Not that one is needed. So now what I need to do is I have to go to on setting. Get here. If it's not logged in, then do that. But then now what this means is that I have to change the behavior in all of my other modes to reflect this new and better behavior. Give me a minute. This is going to take a while. So let's commit the changes that we have now because everything works. Various changes. I forgot to check if GPG it has been initialized yet. It's gonna error out, so now I have to hit commit one more time. No, why didn't it? Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to go on to my other game modes and let's go to where is it? Yeah, you see the problem, right? There's some in here that I haven't actually added the login system to either because it's an incomplete mode or it doesn't make sense, but this one, 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 and this one. It's not gonna take 2 days because I have the power of find and replace in files. All I have to do is go in here, find this, and just like, where's Control-Shift-F? Wait, no. What's the shortcut for replace in files? It's Control-Shift-R. Let's pin this window. Let's grab this, because this is like the common if statement that I copy. Turn off regex. There we go. And then... Not that one, like that. So now, let's chest it on here. Replace. Is it? Yeah, okay, it's happy with it, which means now I can just... I can now just, and then I just have to do... I have to turn regex back on now. Actually, yeah, let's not do it like that. Let's do it like this. We just delete this. Delete this. Because I think player init actually creates one. Yeah. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Thankfully, a lot of this is just a copy and paste job, so I can just... I know exactly what I'm looking for. And I can just go in, delete, go in, delete, go in. Not that line, this line. Go in, delete, go in, delete, go in, delete. And there we go, problem solved. Easy. So let's just, okay, that works. Except there's one more thing that I need to change, so let's close all these again. Let's open the seasons mode again, and season settings. What I need to do is do the following. Right? Because I already have like a profile, to make sure that this error is a bit less likely to happen, because I'm already saving player properties inside of a thing anyway, what I can just do is... nope, not that. Go back. No, go up to the mode settings class. Just get rid of these. Nope, nope, nope. There. Because now what you can do, like, those are not needed anymore, because I can just do this. And there you go. That should make it a bit less error prone, because it actually forces these references to be the same. And the other thing that I need to also check is to make sure that I haven't... okay, that's Those are the only... Okay, so those are the only two places I create a new profile properties, a new like profile properties instance, or change the reference. That's good. We are a good. Why is there an error? Hold on. Oh, it's because I changed the what they call it. I changed these. I should also like remove it. I should remove it from here. Perfect. Like that. I think there should be 2 more down here. Where is it? Where are you complaining? Nice. So that should make it a bit less error prone, and then what I can do is just there's also another issue because I've also made the this is my next game mode that I'm going to be making. Fluorescence. It's not finished yet. It's not even like what they call it anywhere close to being finished, but it kind of works in the sense that I have like a prototype of it. It's not it doesn't like play at all in the sense that there's still many things broken that barely work, but I can at least demo it. Just give me a second. I first have to set the avalanche rule set to fluorescence, because otherwise it won't work. Again, this is just a demo. This is just like a proof of concept, like a 10-minute proof of concept, but okay, other than some displays being a bit strange, but I think you might see the vision. I think you see the vision. It's not even Tetris anymore. Yeah. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Hey, at least it works now. So now I can commit this and go optimize, make player related, saving, less error, less mistake prone. I did not mean to press commit and push. But you know what? I'm pushing. And there we go. I don't think I have anything else that I need to do today. Although, let me just quickly make sure. Let me just quickly unmute the game so I'm not confused the next time I play the game about why the game has no sound. Shoutouts to also the best replacement for the Windows default, the Windows 10 default audio mixer. If you have a lot of audio devices connected, Ear Trumpet. A really good piece of software. Okay. That is everything. Yeah, I'm done for today. That was good progress. Anything will change in crashes PCSX2, yeah. Debugging is pain. Yep, that's also been pushed. Lovely. Okay, that is now everything that I needed to do for today. Is there anybody? Oh wait, Dove's online. Alright. Sending you all to Dove then for GT5. I don't remember how... Yeah, oh, there we go. It works now. You came from there. Well, you're going back. I guess we're all going back then. Because I was also just kind of watching in the background as well. Thank you everyone for being here. That was some good fixes and everything just works. TM. I hope it works. Because I swear if something breaks again and I have to fix something else, that's going to be annoying. But it should be in the final stages. I can now just record a bunch of replays, record footage, make the trailer, finally make a proper release for the mode. After almost a year. Thanks for being here.